Hi everyone, welcome to this practice. My name is Katie and today we're doing a deep stretch for your shoulders in order to gain more flexibility and to help get rid of any tightness or stress caught up in your shoulders. If you're interested in becoming more flexible, I do have a full playlist on flexibility, so make sure to check that out. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I really appreciate that. For this practice, you might need a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a tie, something that resembles a strap. You also might need a yoga block, but if you don't have one, cushions or pillows will work as well. So go ahead and get ready and we'll meet back here on the mat. We'll begin today sitting on the mat, so you can find whatever way is most comfortable to sit. And for the first minute or so, we're just going to focus on our breath. We want to be able to send breath into the muscles, and that's going to encourage them to relax and open up, which will help us to stretch them a little bit more and gain that flexibility. So once you're in your most comfortable seat, you might close your eyes here if that feels comfortable. If not, just find something to focus your gaze on. Start to bring a little bit of length into your spine. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Loosen up your jaw and soften up all your facial muscles here. We'll start to find our breath wherever it is in the body. And just notice it traveling in and out. You don't have to force anything here. Noticing if your body has clenched up again, if you need to loosen up those muscles one more time. For your next breath in, breathe in through your nostrils if you can. We'll breathe in for the count of 5. Now open your mouth and exhale, also for the count of 5 if you can. We'll continue breathing in through the nostrils for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opening your mouth, exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going at your own pace here. If the count of 5 doesn't work, you can always increase or decrease the count. Just find whatever works for you. Keeping your mind focused on your shoulders. Wherever the attention is, that's where your energy will flow. So just each breath in travels around your shoulders, loosens up all those muscles. And each breath out takes that tension away from your shoulders. We'll take our last breath cycle now, focusing your mind completely on it. And once you've exhaled, you can prepare to open your eyes again. Coming back, we'll make our way to child's pose now. So you can bring your knees onto the mat. Knees can stay together, or you can take them wide apart and keep your big toes together. This time we'll keep our arms stretched out towards the front of the mat to help open up the shoulders. So you can walk your fingers away from you and then bring your forehead down onto the mat. And if your forehead doesn't connect to the mat yet, that's okay. Take a cushion or a yoga block and put it in underneath your forehead. And if your hips don't connect to your heels yet, that's okay too. Again, you can take a cushion or a yoga block and just put it in underneath your hips. Once you're settled into your pose, we'll take that scan of the body. So noticing if the shoulders have clenched again. Let all your muscles just drip down into the mat. Loosen up your jaw, relax your facial muscles, and then find your breath again. Continuing with the same pattern of breathing, inhaling through your nose, opening your mouth, exhaling, maybe for the count of 5, in and out. We'll stay here for about 2 minutes in total. Again, here, energy flows where attention goes. So keep your mind focused on the sensations within your shoulders. We'll take 3 more of your best breaths. Once you've completely exhaled, you can start to walk your hands back towards your body. Making our way towards tabletop pose now. So knees come in underneath your hips, and they're going to stay here as we make our way into melting heart pose or puppy pose. So if your knees are uncomfortable on the mat, you can always take a blanket and put it in underneath here. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat and then melt your heart down towards the ground. Again, knees are still directly below the hips, so we start to feel that stretch across the back of your shoulder blades. Forehead can come onto the mat or onto a block or cushion again, or if you're feeling really flexible in your shoulders, you can take your chin onto the mat. And a pillow underneath your chest can also help here. If you're feeling any tingling sensation or numbness in your fingers, that means a nerve might be slightly pinched, so just bend your elbows, bring your hands a little bit closer to your body. We're staying here for about 2 minutes in total. So make sure you're comfortable, use props if you need to, and just bend your elbows if you need to as well. Now really feeling that stretching sensation across the back of your shoulders. Keep breathing into it, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And soften up your facial muscles, loosen your jaw. And just let gravity and your breath do all of the work here. And if you find that this pose is just not for you yet, that's fine. Just come back into child's pose. We'll only stay here for a few more breaths. Whenever you're ready now, we'll slowly start to make our way out of the pose, so you can lift your head back off the mat and then start to walk your hands back towards your body. So from here, we'll come into a seat on the mat. We're going to do cow face pose and eagle arms. So this is where you might take your strap or your belt, whatever you have, and we'll be here for a few minutes. So you might want to make yourself as comfortable as possible in your seat. You can always sit up on a yoga block or a cushion if you need to. So once you're comfortable in your seat, take your strap. We'll have it ready over the shoulder. And then extend your right arm out in front of you. Press that hand as far away from you as you can, and then bring it all the way back behind your body. Turn your thumb down, bend your elbow, and come to grab the strap behind your back. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Bending at the elbow again, we're grabbing another part of the strap. The closer that you walk your hands towards each other, the more intense of a stretch you'll find. So you can just choose your own adventure here, whatever works. Once you're comfortable, we're focusing on this top elbow. It's tempted to hang out around here, but we want to keep it pointing up towards the ceiling. And we need to keep the back of the neck nice and long and straight if possible. Spine is lengthening, and then once you're comfortable here, you might close your eyes, feeling these new sensations. We're staying here for 3 minutes in total. So if you need to loosen your grip on the strap, you can do so. Just walk your hands further away from each other again. Connecting to your breath again. We're still breathing in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Each inhalation opening up your shoulders, each exhalation getting rid of tension. And a little reminder here just to check in on your thoughts, see where they are, see if you need to bring your attention back to your shoulders. Let all of the energy go into your body rather than over to something else externally. You're almost there. Just a few more breaths on this side. And this can be a really intense stretch, so it's normal to feel a little bit uncomfortable within this stretch. Just keep breathing through it. And it definitely gets easier the more we practice. When you're ready now, you can release your grip from the strap. Open up the eyes again, take your hands out in front. You might just circle your shoulders here, or you can interlock your fingers, have your palms facing away from you, and then push your hands away from your body. And it might feel nice here to let your head drop, rounding your upper back, and stretching away any residue of tension here. Deep breath in and out. You can bring your hands back down. From here, we'll make our way into eagle arms. So this time, right arm pushes out in front. Stretch that hand away from your body. And then left arm swings in underneath the right. We're creating a twist to bring the palms to face each other. They don't have to connect, they're just facing each other. Alternatively here, you can just hug opposite shoulders with your hands. So whatever works here will be equally as effective. If you're in your eagle arms, once you've found your twist, you can gently start to lift your elbows until they're in front of your face or thereabouts. Closing your eyes once you feel comfortable and just tapping into these new feelings within the shoulders. Find your breath. And holding these poses for longer than you might be used to is really the key to flexibility. We have to hold the poses to give the muscles enough time to open up and to stretch. There's an expression in yin yoga which is to surf your edges. So finding that Goldilocks point, that really sweet point where you're stretching enough, but you're not overstretching. We don't want to push too hard and create injury or even create more tension than we started with. So surf your edge, find your sweet spot, and keep breathing. And we're taking our last big breath in, big breath out. And when you're ready, reversing out of the pose, opening your eyes, circling the shoulders. And again, here we'll interlock the fingers, press your palms away, maybe drop your head and round your upper back here. And keep scanning through your shoulders, finding tension and then using your breath to relieve it. You can drop your hands back down. Depending on what way you're sitting, you can just take your feet out in front of you and then we'll lean back on the hands. Your fingers can either point away from you or towards your body, whatever is comfortable. And then just shifting your weight backwards, opening up the shoulders here in the opposite way. So keeping your chest open, maybe shining up towards the ceiling, and just breathing normally here. Now we'll repeat everything on the opposite side, so you can come back into your most comfortable seat. a strap is still nearby, you can rest it over your shoulder. Making our way into cow face arms again. This time your left arm is pushing away from you. Bring it all the way back behind you. Turn your thumb down and then bend your elbow, finding your strap. Right arm reaches up. Bend the elbow, find your strap, and find your sweet spot here. Top elbow points up. Back of the neck is nice and long and your head is neutral. And once you're comfortable, we'll settle in to this side. And as you know now, we're breathing in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. And this is a really great pose to open up your upper back and your shoulders. And it's going to help to keep your posture correct. And if you're interested in improving your posture, I do have a video on the channel completely dedicated to that. So you can check that out if you wish. Now back to our breathing, back to the sensations, keeping your mind and your attention on your shoulders. You're almost there. Don't give up even if it's tempting to do so. And this pose is one that you can make a lot of progress in really quickly. So the more you practice, soon you'll find that you don't even need a strap. You can just interlock your fingers together. Last breath here now. Once you're ready, we're undoing our grip from the strap, taking the hands out in front, interlocking the fingers, pressing your palms away, maybe dropping the head. Seeing if there's any differences within the two sides, or maybe you've been able to balance them out now that we've done the pose on both sides. Dropping our hands, this time making our way into eagle arms. Left arm reaches out in front, right arm comes underneath, creating our twist, bringing the palms to face each other, or you're just grabbing opposite shoulders here. When you're ready, lift your elbows slowly up, close your eyes. Tap into what you're feeling here in your left shoulder this time. Send your breath into it through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Still surfing your edges here, exploring the tension within your shoulders. And sometimes all we need to do is just notice the tension, focus on it for a moment, and that can be enough to help it disappear. We'll take another breath in, and your last breath out, and starting to undo the pose, coming back, circling your shoulders, interlocking your fingers, pressing the palms away. Really checking in on how the shoulders are feeling now after doing both poses on both sides. Stretch away any leftover bits of tightness here. And then when you're ready, you can start to bring your hands back. You can remove the strap for now. And from here, you can come down to lie on the front of your body. We'll come into pretzel arms here, and this is what's really going to help you to get that flexibility in your shoulders. So you're bringing your right hand all the way over to the left side of your mat, and then left hand comes all the way over to the right side of your mat. Walk your fingers as far away from each other as you can, and then once you can't go any further, you're hooking your chin over your top arm. Now I'm just going to keep my head up so you can still hear me. If it feels too uncomfortable to drop your head over your arm, you can take a yoga block here and just rest your forehead onto your yoga block instead. So once you feel settled in your pretzel arm pose, you can start to find your breath again. And we're staying here for 5 minutes this time. So really trying to relax into the pose. Notice all of the muscles in the back of your body, especially your glutes, and see if you can release them. Gravity is really doing the work, opening up your shoulders. And you might even play with shifting your weight over towards one side, seeing if you can push your edge very gently a little bit further. And just last reminder, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just relax. And I'll let you know when our 5 minutes are up. And if you need to come out of the pose before the 5 minutes are up, that's fine. You can just undo your arms, rest on your belly for a moment, and then we'll take it to the opposite side soon. Now, if you haven't already, you can start to make your way back. We'll just rest on the front of the belly or the front of the body for a moment. So you might stack your hands, you might bring your forehead onto your hands, and just notice how the shoulders are feeling. Maybe feeling a difference between the two sides. We'll take that to the opposite side now. So this time your left hand is going over to the right hand over to the left. Now your right arm is on top. Walking the fingers far away. Once they can't go anymore, hook your chin over your top arm or rest your forehead onto a block. Aiming to stay here for 5 minutes again, but you can always work up to 5 minutes if you feel that you've had enough. Just come on out of the pose, rest on your belly. And it's normal to feel a little bit claustrophobic here in this pose, but like everything, the more practice you do, the easier it becomes. And we're still breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. keeping our thoughts focused on the sensations within the shoulders. You're almost there now, just keep breathing. And we're taking our last big breath in and out. When you're ready, start to make your way out of the pose. Again, here we'll just rest on the front of the body, bringing your forehead or your cheek onto the mat. And really here, just letting the shoulders go. You've done lots of great work helping to open them up and release the tension. And if you're comfortable here like this, you could stay here for a little bit longer. Otherwise, we're going to flip over to come to lie on our backs. And just ending our practice in Shavasana. So legs are out long, feet wide apart, arms away from your body, palms facing up. You can stay here for as long as you can, soaking up all the benefits of the practice. But we'll end the video here. So thank you for joining me. And until next time, Namaste.